Title: The Haunting of Hollow Grove. In the quiet town of Hollow Grove, where every street was lined with textured brick buildings and an ancient oak tree marked the town's square, the annual Halloween festival was a highlight of the year. Children from all around would gather, drawn not just by the haunted house or the candy, but by the exciting costume parade showcasing the town's beloved characters, like Buzzy the Bee and Ms. Radiant from the local cartoon series, Fables and Friends. But this year was different. An unsettling shadow loomed over the festivities. Weeks before Halloween, it started with a whisper and a rumor. The mascots from the past year's celebrations had disappeared one by one. It began with Buzzy, the incessantly cheerful bee who would whir about playfully. Then Ms. Radiant vanished, her bright personality leaving an echoing void that sent chills through the town. Parents brushed off the stories as mere overindulgence in ghost tales, but the children, especially 12-year-old Max and his best friend Lily, were not so easily convinced. Max found a flyer on his doorstep, the type he often saw before the festival, but this one felt different. The headline read, "Lost. Characters of Childhood." The images showed the missing mascots, their smiles strangely unsettling in the dim light of the moon. Crumpled in the corner was a hastily scrawled note, "They're coming back, but not as you remember." "Do you think we should check it out?" Lily asked, peering over Max's shoulder, her eyes wide with excitement and a hint of fear. "Definitely. If something's happening, we need to know," Max replied, his heart pounding with a mixture of thrill and dread. As night fell, the leaves rustled ominously in the cool autumn breeze. The streets became eerily quiet, and the shadows cast by flickering streetlights seemed longer, darker. Armed with their flashlights and a smartphone to document any discovered clues, Max and Lily made their way to the town square where the festival preparations had begun earlier that day. They arrived to find the grounds deserted, the carnival lights dimmed, and the parade floats standing eerily still. The only sounds that punctuated the silence were distant owls hooting and the crunching of leaves beneath their feet. They walked towards the old playground, where the characters used to come to life entertaining the children. Suddenly, a cold breeze picked up and swept through the square. A shiver ran down Max's spine as he caught sight of a shadow flitting across the playground. It was a figure draped in yellow and black. "Buzzy," he whispered, but the creature that stepped out was not the beloved bee he remembered. Its eyes glowed a menacing shade of red under the moonlight, and its once cheerful smile had twisted into a grimacing grin that sent fear pushing against Max's chest. "Max, what's happening?" Lily breathed, clutching her flashlight tightly, as the figure approached them, its wings flickering with an otherworldly energy. "Stay back," Max shouted, but he could feel the fear coiling in his stomach. Buzzy, now bearing jagged teeth and a crooked form, lunged at them with an unnatural speed. They turned to run, their frantic footsteps echoing against the cobblestones. "We need to hide," Lily cried, dragging Max towards the old library on the edge of the square. They burst through the creaking door and slammed it behind them. In the flickering light of their phones, they searched for a place to shield themselves. The towering shelves filled with dusty tomes seemed to lean closer, as if eavesdropping on their panic. "What do we do? They've come back, but they're not friendly," Max exclaimed, frantically looking around. Suddenly, the lights in the library flickered ominously, and they heard a clanking sound. Max turned abruptly to see Ms. Radiant, her brightly colored dress now tattered and sullied, emerging from the shadows with glowing eyes and a ghastly grin. "Friends? Or foes?" Her voice echoed, hauntingly melodic. "They've become twisted," Lily gasped. "Something must have gone wrong." Max remembered the note. "They can't be here without a reason. We need to uncover the truth behind their disappearances." He gripped Lily's arm. "The old theater. They might be there." They sprinted toward the decrepit building, known for its phantom-like tales. The entrance groaned as they pushed the door open, revealing a chaotic mess of old costumes and props. In the dim light, they could see more mascots emerging. A broken toy cat, a menacing pirate, and even a clown with wild hair and glowing eyes. "It's like they think we're going to take them back," Lily realized. "They want to blend into our reality, not as friends, but as nightmares." Max nodded. "We need to find a way to put them back where they belong." They discovered an old projector in the back of the theater, surrounded by scattered reels and dust. "If we can project an old episode of Fables and Friends, maybe it will remind them of who they used to be, Max suggested, risking the chance of being discovered. Hastily, they checked the reels and found the one that featured a joyful Buzzy and Ms. Radiant. With shaky hands, Max started the projector, and the vibrant colors filled the room. They witnessed their childhood unfold before them, the characters laughing, playing, bringing joy to kids. The mascots reacted, some in anger, others in confusion. Buzzy and Ms. Radiant momentarily froze, eyes flickering with memories. "Remember who you are," Max shouted, desperation lacing his voice. Slowly, the tension in the room began to ease as the faces of the mascots softened, their features returning to the playful forms Hollow Grove once cherished. One by one, their hostility faded away, replaced by nostalgia. As the last echoes of childhood filled the air, the mascots paused. "We needed to be remembered," Buzzy finally said, softer now. "Thank you." With a crackle and a flash, the mascots dissolved into shimmering lights, their laughter echoing faintly as they faded, leaving behind the warmth of memory. A promise to return one day, but only when joy truly filled the hearts of children once again. Max and Lily stumbled out of the theater, the chilling night replaced by the soft glimmer of dawn. Their adventure had come to an end, and while the festival continued in the town square, it would be forever etched in their memories that sometimes, it takes a haunting to rediscover the joy of childhood characters, alive in spirit, yet born from the shadows of forgotten dreams.